Hey, what's up, folks? I needed to make some sawhorses. I had some that I bought. One I bought at Harbor Freight and one I bought at Lowe's, and they're not the same size, and so I kind of modified them. They're wonky and they're wobbly, but I'm getting ready to do a bunch of projects in the backyard. And so I needed some stable sawhorses. The other thing is that a couple of years ago, I was really fortunate, in a sense, because I found a yard sale in which I was able to get most of my woodworking tools. And I essentially got everything I own for like $200. And in that came a table saw, Craftsman little job site table saw. But all the safety equipment was gone. It was missing the riving knife, it was missing the little shield, and all that sort of stuff. And so I'd watched a ton of YouTube videos and I've seen people do it without it. And so for a while there, I would use my table saw without those safety items. And I got kicked back one day and it scared me. And so after that, I decided I wasn't gonna use that table saw again until I got all the safety stuff for it. And so I just got that in the mail recently, and I'll give you a tour of that here. But what I wanted to do is, so I needed to make sawhorses just for general use around the garage, and then for the projects I'm gonna do in the backyard. But I also need an outfeed table for my table saw. And being that you can see, this is my workspace, is my garage. I don't have a dedicated shop. I don't have a place where I can leave tools set up because we park our car in here. I have to tear down every time I'm done woodworking and put everything away so I can get the car in here. So I wanted some sawhorses that were stackable, that were strong, that would be multi-purpose, so they can function as an outfeed table for my table saw. They can function, they'd be really beefy, so if I put my miter saw on there or any number of other tools, I can have a nice stable platform to work from. And so it'll double as a workbench, outfeed table, and all that sort of stuff. So I found these designs for these sawhorses. They're nothing special on the internet, but I'm going to show you how I built mine. First thing I had to do is go to SketchUp, so I went straight to SketchUp, old school, and I drew out my plans based on the height of my table saw. So if you were going to make these for yourself, you might make yours at a little different dimensions, but to make mine the way I wanted them, to go the width of my table saw, so then I can place a piece of 3/4 inch plywood on top to be the top of my outfeed table. I wanted it as wide as my table saw can go, which was 42 inches. I'm using the eye method so I can have clampable surfaces all the way around. And so, and then I needed it to be just about 35 and 35.5 inches tall to be perfect for the outfeed table. So that made my legs right around 32 inches and then so forth. But anyway, you can modify that design for whatever your particular needs are. So without any further ado, I'll get back. I already pre-cut all the lumber. I'm making it out of straight up 2x4. So, and lucky for me, my neighbor had a paint booth in his garage and he tore it down and gave me all the 2x4. So for me, it didn't cost anything. Other than the screws that I'm using, which I'm using 3-inch premium wood screws to put it together. But you can use, I've seen people using 10 penny nails and any number of different things. So that's what we're doing today. Sit back and enjoy. All right, see ya. You know, sometimes life is a series of successes and failures, and today is one of those days where it's a mixture of both. Sawhorses came out awesome, they're strong. I want to put gussets on the side, but then they'll lose their stackability, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. However, somewhere in my SketchUp design, I was off by about, I don't know, half an inch or so. Everything I made it to the way I thought my math should do it, so the height of the sawhorses are right. But once you put it next to the table saw, therein lies the problem. It's not an even balance. It's slightly lower, not too bad. I could put spacers in there if I wanted to. Realistically, it's just to catch stuff, so when I'm pushing it through, it's not gonna fall on the floor. It's plenty large to catch that. So anyway, let me take you over there and take a look at that. So even with these being as beefy as they are, once they're stacked, they're pretty low footprint in the garage. That'll be easy to stack over in a corner like over there where we don't have much things going on. But so here they are stacked up, and let me pull them apart for you. Okay, so obviously this isn't the right size plywood for the tabletop, but you get the gist. The Sawhorse is mount up right there, come right off the back of the table saw. If we grab a piece of 2x, so we're coming over here, working on the table saw, pushing our stock through, and it can go right there to the outfeed table. So while it's not the height that I initially wanted, I'm off just a little bit. And this isn't the right thickness. This is only 1/4 inch, and I'm gonna get 3/4 inch. So it's gonna come up another 1/2 inch, but just not enough to make it as smooth as I was hoping. So anyway, so as you can see, successes, failures, bits of good, bits of bad. Overall, hey, you know, for free lumber, for what they're gonna be doing they're just gonna get beat up, spray painted, sawed through. You know, they're gonna do the job. The guy I stole this from, he did a demo of how much these things can stack, and he did a couple of things I haven't done. He put gussets on there and a couple other things, but it was a ridiculous quantity of weight that these two Sawhorses are able to hold up. So anyway, if you need a beefy pair of Sawhorses that are easy to stack, easy to take the top piece off as you cut through it, because it's disposable. A couple of things though, if you do make these, make sure you recess the screw holes in the top of the wood here. Let me, right here, see the screw holes? You want to make sure those are recessed, so if you come through there, you're not jacking up saw blades if you saw into that. I only put 3 screws to hold the top on, because and I think that may be plenty, I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, I only use 3 screws to hold the tops on, because those are replaceable as they get jacked up and damaged. Yeah, so there it is. Hope you found this interesting, or at least entertaining. And hey, good luck to you. Keep building. And if you got any questions, or if I could do something to make it better, put them in the comments below. I'm always interested to learn new things. And by the way, I'm not coming to you as an expert. I'm coming to you as a weekend warrior. I've had to learn this stuff more out of thrift than out of I don't know, I enjoy it, so that's not an issue, but so I enjoy it. It gives me a sense of fulfillment. If I can help you on that journey as well, then that'll be great. Let's go on it together. All right, talk to you later. Bye.